Hey guys, today I want to go over something I've been working on in my personal time and to further understand the black hole community. So you can advertise to remotely trigger a black hole route from one of your routers. Most likely, most of the time it's going to be a route reflector or just any of your core routers, or you can have the customer advertise the black hole community and also attach that into your network and tie a couple different strings of communities and kind of manipulate it the way you want to. So in this example, I'm going to have this customer over here advertising this loopback 7771. It's just a /32. It's just going to pretend like that's a web server or something that's being DDoSed. And it's sending it into our provider core network here, AS65000. What's going to happen is the customer is going to somehow find out that they're being DDoS. So what they're going to do is create a route map, advertise the route map with the community tag, send it into the upstream ISP provider, that would be AS65000. And we're going to recognize that community and we're going to black hole the destination address, and that way anything that comes into our network either from other transit providers or just from the internet in general, it's gonna basically drop and discard all that traffic. Another thing I've been playing with is the same time that we get that community string, we're gonna tie a separate community that's gonna say do not export, which is one of the common community tags. So let's just kind of demonstrate what's going on, and then we'll create the whole thing from scratch. So here is the customer router, is network 7771, it's just a /32, and they are advertising it into router 2 over here. So if we just take a look at that. So here's that route that we're getting from them. So let's go ahead and open up. So this router 6 here is living in another ISP world, AS6555. So this is going to be a transitive peer that we would be peering with as an internet provider. And so we're going to simulate somebody else out in the internet trying to get to this destination. So we'll run a continuous ping, and verf 900 is what's running over here. So let's go ahead and just ping router 900. We'll just have some absurd value. We'll just keep that going. Oops. Okay, and let me show you guys the policy. So here is no export and my black hole policy. And what's happening is when we receive this community black hole, we're going to also add these other transitive communities, and basically we're dumping that route into a null route in our verf. So if here is the virtual router, which is my internet verf in AS65000. You can see I have my static route here, which is what the black hole community is pointing towards. And here is the customer group of BGP. We're exporting this default originate, which is just advertising a default route to customer AS64000. And this is our neighbor here. And as you can see, we're importing the customer routes and then another policy, which is the black hole. So let's take a look at that. Okay. Okay, so here is the prefix that they're going to be advertising into our AS as the customer. And here is here's the next hop, which is the customer. And then modified attributes. As you can see, everything looks normal. There's no flags, there's no community, there's nothing going on. So let's go ahead and pretend like they're being DDoS right now, and so the customer finds out what's going on. Now they need to advertise this community into their ISP and trying to mitigate that huge amount of traffic coming into their network. So let's pull up the customer router here. And let's go into the BGP context, and we're basically just going to, well, let me show you guys the route map here. So here's the route map. It's just Blackhole permit set community 6666, and that's the common Blackhole route community that majority of ISPs use, but it's not definite. Okay, so I'm going to announce the Blackhole route or Blackhole community from the customer router. And this is /32 route map Blackhole. So you can see instantly from this AS 6555 over here, router 6, you can see that the routes immediately dropped. They can't reach them, so that's kind of emulating somebody out on the internet. So if we take a look at that route and see what we're getting now, so we are receiving it from the customer. But here's the good part, the modified attributes, because we are importing this community of 666 which is the Blackhole community, into our BGP context. We can then modify the attributes, convert the next hop to 192.168.111, which is basically a null route in our internet VRF on our ISP router. And here it is. Next hop not available because it is a Blackhole route. So now if we want to just remove that, so say the customer believes that the DDoS attack is now mitigated or it's stopped, they can say, okay, well, DDoS worked, my service needs to come back up, I've lost X amount of money, I need to bring this web server back up. Just go ahead and take off the community tag. So I'll go ahead and do. So here is that route map attached to that prefix, which is sending the Blackhole community string. And just go ahead and remove that, so you can just override it. And that should take the string off, re-advertise to our transit peers and all our internal peers on the ISP side of things. So, not quite there yet. Let's make sure. Oops. Okay. Okay, that looks better. So no route map, just advertising the prefix. So let's see what we're seeing here. Okay, so it's there. So it's just a matter of 30 seconds on the other side for the transit peer to update BGP. So if we can go to our edge router here. Still not advertising, just gonna take a second. Okay. Okay, so you can see here it had not propagated the route quite yet. So now let's go ahead and refresh. As you can see on this side, we are pinging it from an external source out on the internet. So advertise the route, and there's that prefix being sent to our transit peer down here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's gonna be part 1 of this video. I think when I get some more time, I'm going to go through step 2, which will be bringing up a new service off of router 1 here to this customer AS25000, and we'll go ahead and configure everything from the customer router, the AG switch in the middle, aggregating up to the ISP edge router, and we'll go ahead and configure the policies, the static null routing, the import policies, and the community strings. So thanks for watching.